Hi everybody, this is Dale. Welcome to my channel, Not Too Shabby Chic. I am going to show you a flip through series. I was kidding with a girl today, a friend of mine, that this is the first time I've made a journal with a spine sort of and more than one signature sewn in properly. So I was kind of afraid of it, and I had a good reason to be, because you've heard of alligator mouth. Well, mine's not an alligator mouth. Mine's like a bear trap. It's wide open. When I take this ribbon off, it will explode. So when I get through with it tonight, this is a design team project, and it's due for October, and I'm on the last day. I am going to redo the cover and the spine because it's not going to stay like this. I love it. I love the insides, but I need a new spine and cover so that it'll look like a binder instead of a bear trap. But anyway, this is a design team project for Studio 28E, Sherry Schmear. This is her digital kit called Down on the Farm. Right up my alley. I like the farmhouse, country, vintage, grungy stuff. And of course, I can make anything grungy. That's kind of my thing. I could probably make boho grungy. You know, not many people could do that. But I was laughing with Michelle that by the time I got through showing everyone this, you would be asleep. So you might want to grab a chair, pop some popcorn, get your soda, and have a seat. Might need to do, you know, a series, like 4 episodes. To be continued, because there's a lot in here. I'm just teasing. There is a lot in here, but I'm going to try to go through it pretty quickly. But it's a great kit. Sherry's kits are awesome. You need to check her out. I have the link below so that you can check out her digital kits. She's got some amazing kits in there, and I love Down on the Farm. So let's get started. This is just some ribbon, not that I tied around. It's like a nylon with embroidered flowers, trying to hold this booger closed. I used this from her kit. I love this little boy with the corn and the little advertisement, homogenized milk, for the cover, and then the back. So this is one piece. This is one sheet of paper. So this was supposed to be my spine, but you can see that this is my spine. I wasn't kidding. I tried to do the Gale thing and sew little buttons, and I did really well with that since I really didn't know what I was doing, and I really liked how that turned out if it had been a real spine. So you can see why I'm going to redo it. But anyway, I love this kit. It's a barn door, the little boy with the shucking the corn, and then you got the cow and the homogenized milk and the milk can. And it's just adorable. So I did this burlap and lace ribbon trim that I sewed on, and then here's a gingham ribbon that I cinched up with my fingers with glue. This is a little hang down, dangly, altered paper clip I got in Happy Mail from someone. I don't remember who it was, but I've hoarded it for a long time and decided I'd put it here because it kind of goes with some of the yellows in the kit. In the journal. So anyway, that's the cover. So we open the first page. This is a fabric flip, and I wanted it to kind of look like a curtain or the old-timey little pull shades. You know, you'd pull it and it would go up. Well, this won't do that, obviously. But I put the lace here, and this is a piece of a quilt, and I don't remember what style this is called. I got this from Amour Fabriques. So when you pull this up, you have, that's just a little doily, but just different little pages. There's a card, nobody's head's cut off, bless his heart. Pages for journaling, right through there. There's quite a few hidden under the fabric flip. Make sure I stay in camera. And then under this is a little symbol, but I covered it. This is everything in here, unless I tell you differently, is from the kit. There's very few things in this journal that I didn't use the kit for. It's just a great journal, and you really don't need much else. Honestly, I could have just used all kit stuff and nothing else. But as most people do that do journals, they have to grab 1 or 2 things. They just can't help themselves. And I be that person. I don't know when to stop, and as evidenced by this thing, this giant thing, I just kept going. And there was even more stuff I wanted to put in here, but I ran out of room. So it's 2 signatures. The first signature, I believe, is like 20 pages, 40 front and back. The second signature was supposed to be 20 pages as well, but I had to take some of them out because it was so fat already. I had to take some of them out. So I got a smaller signature and a larger signature. But when I redo the cover, it'll probably be broken up into 3 signatures, I would imagine, but we'll see. So anyway, there's my window shade. This is just a little vintage doily with some fiber and a vintage button. This page, I have some gingham. This was off of a top from one of my grandbabies that I used to make a belly band. Some vintage fabric that I sewed and made a ruffle out of for the page. And you take these tags out. This is a really cute page. You can't probably tell. Let's see if the light would be better without being quite so bright. Hold on, sorry. Maybe that's a little better. This is like a real pretty light blue, robin's egg blue, and it's a crackle look from the kit. And it's the cow. She's really, or it's got little horns, and the milkmaid. It's just an adorable kit. And I stitched around every page. I learned a little bit as I went as well, and I like the strings hanging. That one might, oh, that was an extra one. The next page, this is not from the kit. This is just a piece of wood grain gingham check paper pad that I had that comes in different colors. This is gray and barnwood color, and I collaged it sort of. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. This picture I took at my husband's uncle's farm, and just get close enough where it'll focus. That's like a little windmill thing, and that's a concrete pig. He's not real, but I loved it. And I went out and took several little snapshots of his farm, and just thought they would be great in journals, and they did turn out great in my journal. So if you do a farmhouse journal or a farm country journal, they're good. I made this one just a tuck spot. And then I had, oh, I forgot to tell you, this is not in the kit. This was in a kit about something farm from Lindsay Zenor, and it's a milk can that I have to do a different journal with, or combining Sherry's and Lindsay's because I like them both. This is a piece of one of the pages from the kit that I cut up and sewed onto this tag. This tag is a vintage tobacco tag that they used to put on tobacco bundles. And then it's got seam binding, and it has your load number and what have you, but you can journal on that. Sorry, I forgot to put those back and tell you what that was. So now back to this page. Oops. Here. I have, this is a giant Project Life card that I just stitched around for journaling. I tucked that there. I have this vintage postcard that I got from Gina B. I ordered a journal from her that I'm so far behind on my videos. I just haven't had time, but I'm going to catch up hopefully by the end of the year. I ordered a journal from her, and it was great, and she sent me a bunch of cool extras, this being one of them, a vintage postcard. And then the back is blank for journaling. This is a picture from my husband's uncle's farm. This is an old truck and barn. So I just printed them on matte paper and stitched around it in the back for journaling. This is a page from the kit, really cute sunflowers. And this is a vellum quotes that somebody sent me in Happy Mail. Every sunrise is a message from God. Every sunset, God's signature. William Arthur Ward. And that's so true. When you wake up in the morning, it's a message from God, like, here's my new day for you. My mercies are new every morning. And then every sunset, as the sun goes down, is his signature that he made that day. And it's time for rest. So I love that saying. And this is the sunflower thing. And I made this into a side tuck, or belly band. And this is from Lindsay's and Nora's kit. It's a ball mason jar. And she used one of the same vintage photos that Sherry did that you'll see shortly. And I just stitched around it. Vintage card, I believe was from Gina B, but it may have not been. I don't remember. I'm bad. I need to write down all this stuff, you guys. Maybe I should make a folder and keep by person, because otherwise I'm just never going to remember who gave me stuff, because I have so many people who have been so generous. And this is this same picture, but I did it smaller and made a tag out of it. And you can journal in the back, and I just put seam binding. And this is a page out of a notebook that was my mother's, and I liked the rugged, rough edges. And I wanted, just so you know, I wanted this journal to look like someone back in the day, before your day probably, my grandma's days, lived on a farm and just wanted to keep some keepsakes and what have you, and just grab things from around their house. So I wanted it to have that look, homemade, very rugged, I guess, eclectic-ish. Not everything's matchy-matchy, and just looks like just things from your home as far as putting it together. So that was intended, if you're wondering why it kind of looks sloppy. So in this little book, it had a pocket on one side, and you could write on this side that my mother had, so I didn't have to make a pocket because it already has one. I just used burlap. This is a vintage doily, vintage button, and then I hung a little ladybug off of it, and a little mini tag that I stenciled on. Then I stenciled the back page with a leaf stencil. Then here's a horse playing card I got in Happy Mail. Don't remember who it's from. This is from the kit, and I made it a journaling card and sewed, I didn't sew this one. It's lined paper on the back. This is that similar picture from my husband's uncle's farm without the cement pig. And these I'm going to have, once I ever get a shop set up, will be for sale as well. And digitals. I have also several Edith Holden pages. And I used a coffee stencil that I got from Dreams Etc. And it's one of my favorite stencils. I think I copied everything, because in my mind, in the country, out on the farm, they drank lots of mojo, lots of coffee to keep them awake, to do all their chores. And so I can remember going to my stepfather's farm where his parents lived, and they always drank coffee, and there were like little coffee rings on things and stuff. So I think it's cool, so I've got them everywhere. So I put those there, and this is the mule. And this is for March, but I did an embellished paper clip and turned it down and under, which that idea I got from Artie Mae's, I believe. So that's just some vintage fabric and a little horseshoe charm. And on this side of the altered paper clip, this was from Sherry's kit. It's a horse tag, very cute with the dogwoods. And I got a little button and some of that gingham fabric. You can obviously journal on the back. Then this is a flip flap. I used a vintage, it's really an old index card that's the large one, and I did this little bow and string stitch, vintage button, and then this just for looks, because it was too long, I didn't want to cut it off. And then you flip it out and you could write there. Oops, I spilled coffee. My goodness. I'm such a slob. Look at that. And I really do that. Then I love this poem about March. I was going to read it, but since the journal's so big and it'll take forever, I'm not going to. So you'll find an Edith Holden book and read about March. It's a cool poem. And then this is graph paper that I stenciled on and spilt coffee on. Sewed, stitched. And I like the skinny pages, some more stenciling. This is from a paper pack with some stenciling, some ruffles that I made out of vintage lace. This is from the kit. It's a full page, but I cut pieces of it out. It may have been what it was intended for as a belly band, and it's got goats and some rams and sheep. And I did a word cluster that says classic right here. But this is cute little farm animals. This people had a big farm. And then I have this little mini booklet like the cover. She had a smaller one so you could make tags, but I made it a little mini book and covered up that cow's nose. And it's just got some little pages that you can journal. This is that woman that was on that ball mason jar tag. This is in Sherry's kit. I believe this was Sherry's kit also. If not, it's Lindsay's kit. And this is a vintage postcard that I had, I believe. I don't know where I got it. Oh, spilled coffee there. I'm such a bad girl. I'm just teasing. I love that. You'll see how much I love that stencil because I put coffee everywhere. Where did this go? I'll figure it out in a minute. I don't remember. I love this card. I got a pack of these at a thrift store, art thrift store, Smart Art. They who dance are thought mad by those who hear not the music. Think about that. I had to think for a minute, but I really liked that. I thought that was really cool, so I had to put that in there. And more coffee spills. This is from the kit, Life is Better on a Farm. And the little cow here. And then Life is Better on... It says far, but it really says farm. There we go. See the farm? And a little fabric lace I did with the vine stitching. This is from the kit. I printed them double-sided and picked out which pages I wanted to go where. The little girl with the feeding the chicks and the chickens and the house and the tree. And then I did a flip out so you could more journal with graph paper, journaling space. These little paper clips, I don't remember where I picked them up, but they were different farm animals. This one's a bird. I don't know if it's supposed to be a chicken or a duck. It kind of looks like a chicken duck, because the back end, well, maybe it is a duck. I don't know. It's a bird, but it's really cute, and you'll see some of the other farm animals as I go. This is an Edith Holden page. And here's from the kit, the hen with her chicks, and she's got one black chick. I thought it was a black sheep, but apparently we have a black chick in the family too. The messy stitching I did. This is a partial page from Edith Holden for March. Let me slide that in. Another page from the kit. I know I said I wasn't going to keep saying that, but I can't help myself. A ruffle I made. I love this one. Farm Fresh Eggs with the rooster silhouette sort of in there and a little rooster at the bottom. This is just a magazine page, or a book page, I'm sorry, about birds. This is from my husband's father's farm. My husband's uncle's farm. A messy stitched and made a tuck spot. This came, I'm not sure where I got it. Eggs by post. That may have been Gina B. Thank you, Gina. I'm going to do a video. I loved your journal and all the extras. This is from the farm. I'm just going to say the farm. Uncle Robert's farm. And there's a journaling spot on the back. This is from the kit. Horses, racing, and what have you. And there's a bull on there and some birds up there. Super cute. I love the kit. It's just awesome. And you can see you could just use stuff from your house. Some of the pages I lined with either gingham, and you'll notice, or I put crocheted ribbon. I just liked it. Let's see, where are we? Okay, this is the other side of a magazine page, and I covered it with cheesecloth. This is a seed pack picture. I got this from Amour Fabriques, and so I just glued that on with a butterfly eye fussy cut burlap. And this says, your past does not determine who you are. Your past prepares you for who you are to become. And that is so true. You should not let your past determine your future. I had a preacher once that I heard, and I love this saying. He said, where you are is not who you are, and who you are is greater than where you are. And so that is true. This is on a little brad, and it used to move, but I glued it down. This is some paper that I just have. It's kind of ridged looking. I love this paper, and I got it at one of those thrift art stores, and I got a little cluster that I made with a vintage button, a mini tag, a couple buttons actually, and some lace and paper. Oops. Spilled more coffee, and there's a ball jar I cut out with my ball paper punch. This is ruffle that I have, fabric with a rooster on it, a vintage button, and I made a pocket out of a vintage doily piece, not even the whole doily. See? So in here, this is from the kit, butter, flour, cheese, Barden and Keep. It's like a receipt. Very cute. Obviously I sewed around it, some stenciling in the back. Oops. This I think was from Gina. Vintage letter, and I blank on the back. And then this is from the kit. Pocket Companion, Farmer's Pocket Companion. Isn't that cute? And when you print it out, it's like this. But you can journal on it, but I folded it up. So I'm not sure what it is, but I thought it was cute. And that's graph paper. And on this side, I just sewed on some coffee dyed paper for journaling. This is an S&H green stamp little page that I have, and I put doubled stamps on there instead of greenhouse. I was being rebellious, so I put different stamps on there. Some more here. This is an Edith Holden page, and I folded it here to make a tuck spot. This is from the kit, and I made just a large long tag and sewed around it. I love that page. And then the back I put coffee dyed paper, and that just tucks in here. Oh, coffee. Edith Holden. This is a page from my mother's notebook. This says an interesting quandary. It's a phrase I got out of a book. This is from the kit. Little man on a library card with his shovel. He's ready to dig up some dirt on somebody. I'm just kidding. And this little pig went to market. I just love that little pig. That's in the kit. Isn't he cute? I just love him. Then this owl is from the kit as well. He's adorable. And this says Thoughts and Remembrances, just some prompts. This is just a pretty piece of paper that has a rubbery feel, raised texture on it, and I just wanted a piece in there with some washi tape to secure it better. A vintage doily. I had this button I got at Joann's, so it was a pack of rooster buttons. Come on. There he is. And I think that was my last one. This is a music sheet that I got from Sherry Buckner Brown from her mom. And this is a vintage doily piece that I use for a tab, both sides. This is just paper, that coffee dyed paper, stenciling, and this rooster or chicken is from the kit. And I just put some fibers behind it. Lined paper on this side. This is just a receiving record receipt book. It's not vintage, but I made it look like it. There's that coffee again. This says, My Heart Will Celebrate. A reminder to celebrate things. You know what? My heart will celebrate. Even when I don't feel like celebrating, I can find the things to celebrate. Remember the things I celebrate. That the good far outweighs the bad, even in the worst of times, because those times will pass. So I like that prompt. This is from the kit. It's got a little pig at the top and the little pig's at the bottom, but you can't see them as well because I cut the page off and sewed around them. But it's graph paper. I love this because it looks grungy. Got that coffee, and got a little vintage doily tab. This is a page that I printed out across this way so that the center of my first signature, and I put this little hat and cowboy boot charms. I don't know where I got them. You probably can't see them very well. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry. My camera's irritating. So, kit page. This little baby in the wash tub is from the kit. Reminds me of the picture I have of my son that I owe Wendy. Wendy Lee Designs. I finally got an extra, and I've got to get yours made and send to you. She ordered one from me, and the rooster that I painted, which I was going to put in here and just ran out of room. Some stenciling, coffee spills. This is from the kit. I love these little boys. They are adorable. So I made a tag or a journaling card out of that, and I had this cluster I made some time back. It's on my tutorial on my channel that's called word clusters, and I just took pictures from books, cardstock, and words from books, and kind of clustered them together and keep them in a little box so that I have them when I need them. The other side of that book music page, a ruffle from my granddaughter's blouse or top. Vintage doily, vintage button, fibers, vintage doily, backside. This is from the kit, and I cut it out and made just a little decorative thing on this page with the ruffle. And this is from, I don't think this is from the kit. I think this was some cards that I have printed out, but it might have been, I don't remember. Edith Holden pages, a poem about June, which I also liked. Another, this is the other side, like I said. This is graph paper. This is true vintage ice coupons they used to get. I think I got these from Amour Fabriques as well. This cute little sheep on the gingham is from the kit, and that's a ruffle I made. This I got from Tsunami Rose. It's the two older women sitting at a table. It looks like they'd be out on the farm having a, homecoming dinner at church or something. It says, "Smiles we have shared." I had gotten that out of a book, so I thought it went cute with this picture. And I just laid them on burlap. I made this pocket out of book page, vintage doily, little apple charm. And this I got in Happy Mail when you journal on the back. This is from the kit, Lady Riding, and she pretty. And Sherry, this kit is just gorgeous. And then this Mama Duck and her ducklings is from the kit. It's just adorable. So that just kind of fit in there, and then you've got room to write up there as well, or anywhere you want. This is a magazine page with owls, and it says favorite treasures. This again is from the kit. It's a sheep envelope, so I put a little closure on it to hold it down. And inside, the incredible things. It's just a little journaling place. Coffee dyed paper. This is from the kit. Love it. The little guy with a shovel and the ear of corn in a ball mason jar. So cute. And I backed it with coffee dyed paper. This is from the kit. It's a library card with a woman and then the bird with the dogwood tree. Oh, sorry, that's glue on my fingernail. And then remembered every treasured memory. That's what, to me, she looks like she was doing. And then on the back, I put a little lace pocket, and there's a little bird delivering the mail. You could write on that and on there. I just thought that was cute, just like an afterthought. You can see lace. Vintage doily, little dragonfly charm. I wonder why my camera does that. I have to get it like so close that it's on top of it. The other side of the rooster page, and there's a little chicken at the top of it. I love these pages. These are like my favorites. Eggs for sale. Spilt coffee again. This chicks for sale. You know, from an egg comes a chicken. And I did some light stenciling there. The other side of the Edith Holden. This is in the kit. I love. It says notes and lined paper and a little sheep in the corner. And a vintage doily glued there with the coffee. This is a double side printed, and it says drink milk with a little cow. Reminds me of that commercial, Got Milk. And but she couldn't do that because that's probably copyrighted, so that's cute. And this is the other side of that card. This horse is from the kit, and I fussy cut one side of him out for the flowers to show. Anyway, this was not from this kit. This was from TLCcreatesVintage. She has some farm stuff that I got from her that were pigs and this barn, and it's like on a postcard. So I made that a journaling card. Just thought it went nice with that. This is from the kit. Dwight's Cow brand soda. Journaling spots there. Coffee dyed paper. Rick Rack vintage. Well, it's not vintage. Or it might be. I don't remember. You know what that is. More coffee. Edith Holden. And this is April, the little bird. And on this side is the poem about April, several of them, and I like that. And this, I made a flip out. This says She Wondered, and this I got from Tsunami Rose, and she looks like a woman that's selling her produce that she grew on her farm. So I thought that was cute with She Wondered. And then this is out of a paper pack that I had. It's one of my favorites. Then it's coffee dyed paper here. And then on the inside, oh, I did have room for more. See, I don't even remember what I did. So I just collaged this with some different paper and a lace and stuff. I just wanted it, again, to look like it was put together from home. I took one of the seed pack covers and glued to one of these tobacco tags. And this one, I didn't tear this page off. It has this, so it's carbonized, so it's vintage. This is my rooster painting that I did, a original print, and I forgot to do this, so I'm going to fix it. I'll put coffee dyed paper on the back and sew it so it looks more like a journaling card. That's what it's supposed to be. And that's my original art that's for sale. This is a picture of a vintage stove, which I love. Printed it out, and I'm going to make it a journal card as well. Just ran out of time. So that's the end of the first signature, and here's the other side of that book page with the little girl feeding the calf and the cow and the crackled look, and then I've got this gap. And I include this bingo card. This is, I got in Happy Mail, a real like hard thick bingo card, and this would be good to put behind pages so that you can write because it's so fluffy. So that's what that's for. And then I made a little journaling book. This is from the kit. It's a cool page, like a collage page. It's got that farmer's pocket companion and the ad with the overalls, the cow, and seed pack, and a sloppy stitch. So you open it. This is a page, and that's the one I made that belly band out of. And then I just put some coffee dyed papers inside for journaling. There's the other side of that. And then that has like an article about these seed planters, and then milk. So that's a cool page. So that's held in with this clip. This was a vellum page, and I had this cross stitch pattern that a friend of mine cross stitched. Actually, didn't want it, so I glued it on here and added these embellishments, a little house with a little charm and a little cross, and then the definition of home was on one of those vellum things that I love. A place where one lives, a residence, the physical structure within which one lives, such as a house or apartment, a dwelling place together with a family or social unit that occupies it, an environment offering security and happiness, a valued place regarded as a refuge or place of origin. So that's my favorite definition. The place such as a country or town where we were born or have lived for a long time. And it says welcome all. So I love that page. And then I've got that, I had a little charm with a sun, so I kind of put him up in the sky. And then this side I got in Happy Mail from Kathy Leatherman. This big cow is so cute. So I glued her down. And this circle I made from the kit is green gingham check paper that you get in the kit, and I made a circle tag and sewed around it. And this says, "In every walk with nature, one receives far more than they seek." And that's true. Nature's beautiful. So I put that on a brad that I glued down, so to cover up that hole is why I put the brad in there. And I love this bag. I think I got it in Happy Mail. So, and I love dill pickles. The old, you used to get them at the football games. And I love the bag, so I put it in here on this scrap paper. And it's a tag, and this is from TLC Creates Vintage, not from the kit. These are, this is from the kit. This is paper out of a pack. Isn't that cute? 25-cent eggs. And again, this is those tobacco tags, so I just kind of collaged that on there. And these go in here. And you can certainly put other things in there too. Cute, cute, cute. And I used a cloth ruffle. This side is not from the kit. This is from a paper pack, gingham check, as well as under it. This is from the kit, the John Deere tractor, which is my cool favorite thing. Isn't that cool? And I had more I wanted to do with that, but again, it ran out of room and time. So I have this little thing you've already seen with a different view that shows the barns in the background from Uncle Robert's farm. This old telegraph company copy of a card. Stuff, journaling spot on the back. And this tag is one of those tobacco tags that was green, and I decoupaged napkin on top. Then I put some gesso, and I took gilding paste and stain and layered it, so it ends up feeling kind of like leather. It's really cool. It's kind of like how I did the tag and napkin on my giant tag journal that Pam Van E bought. Similar, the same process, but I didn't put as much napkin and I didn't do any embossing. But it's really fun to do that way, and I just think it looks old and vintagey, and you could put something on top of it if you wanted, but I thought that was pretty. This is from the kit, the mama hen and her chickens hatching out of their eggs journaling card. There's that coffee again. This was not from the kit. It's just a little card that I had from somewhere, and I made it a tuck spot. This is from the kit, the gingham check paper. And it says, "Enjoy the journey." This page is from the kit. Isn't that pretty? It's the lace doily and then pictures of the cows. I love that page. It's too pretty to cover up, so I kind of didn't. I used this, and I think this is from the kit, but I don't remember. It could have been from Lindsay's kit. So Sherry, you can comment if that was yours. But I just made that into a little open journaling card. And this is another one of those animal paper clips. They're cute, but they really don't hold things very well, I discovered. So I'm glad I think I got them on clearance, wherever it is I got them. Because if I'd paid full price and they didn't work, just to be cute, I'd be a little mad. This is just a plain page that I stenciled. This was from Gina B. It's an extra corner pocket, and she did that little cluster, and it's cute. And so she had word page on the back. I put graph paper on the back so you would have a journaling spot, so I did alter it just a tad. This is a little ball jar tag that I got at Joann's in a little pack. So it's not from the kit. This I got in Happy Mail. Number 2 card, but it's blank on the back. It's like a Project Life card that you can journal. This is a vintage photo, free image that I had, and I printed it out and made it into a long journaling card. And it's like an old farm in the black and white. Isn't that cool? Okay, this is a page that's very busy, but I love it. This is from the kit. This rooster is from the kit, and I did a circle punch to cut it out, but it's made in a circle with a trim around it, vintage buttons and what have you. And then this is from the kit, the little cow here. This is a stamp that I had with the mini tag, and I did this little bulb pin with a button and a little ladybug charm. Vintage buttons. This is drywall tape that I made into a tag. This is from the kit, the little kids feeding the chickens, and journal on the back. This is some scripture cards that you can color. I like them like that, but whoever got it could color it. 1 Corinthians 13:8, love never fails. And you can journal on the back. This is a magazine page, vintage magazine page actually. And I did some snaps and a vintage button there. On this side, this is from the kit I showed you earlier as a tag. This time I made it a tuck. This is an ad out of a vintage magazine. This is from the kit. Little sheep again. And some of the things you'll see I duplicated just because I liked them. And you can open it to journal. Cute. And then this I got in Happy Mail. And I put the little trim there. It's one of my favorite trims. This page, I made a quilt-y, just threw it together real quick, but I liked it. So again, I wanted this to look very eclectic, very much handmade, homemade. You flip it up, and you've got a picture from the journal. This focusing is on my nerves. I apologize that it's not better. This I got in Happy Mail from Kathy Leatherman. It's a ram, like a little kid's puzzle piece. And I just tucked it in there. This is from the kit. It's got the little sides that's a deeper pocket. And then I made, this is a paper pack that I had. So I made a little booklet, and it's just got a few copied stained papers to journal in. With a little ram there, a doily. This is from the kit, the pretty birds in the lined paper. Look at that coffee. You know, I just thought of, that coffee looks like bird poop. Like the birds up there poop down here, doesn't it? That's horrible. I shouldn't have done that. Bird poop. But it's not, it's coffee. So just forget that I said that. I am not right. It's late. I've got to go to bed. This is another page from the kit with the pretty flowers. The robin's egg blue sort of lined paper. The ruffles. It's another side with the mom feeding the ducks and the chickens at the doorway. This is a coffee dyed paper that I stenciled. This is not from the kit, but I loved. This is a pack of paper that I got from somewhere. I don't really remember where. I wish I had more of it because it's the little mushrooms and butterflies. So I just made it into a journaling spot. That's coffee dyed paper. And I liked it opposite of the Edith Holden mushroom page, toadstool. So I thought they went cute together. And there's November, some things about that. In the center of this signature is a horseshoe and a cup of coffee. This little bugger's been spilling stuff everywhere. Piece of a coin, Edith Holden page. December, stenciling on graph paper. This is in the journal, that cute little pig. Adorable. Here's some cards I forgot to sew. Library card. This is just a cutout out of a paper pack. This little envelope is from JD that I got in mail from her, something that I won. This is from the kit, the little girl feeding the little calf. Journal on the back, of course. And this is from the kit, Ideal Milk Chocolate. I think this is from the kit. And then I made it to journal on. This is also kit, the tree and the horse. A little tab. More from the kit. This is floating pocket that I made out of scrapbook paper and folded it, sewed it around, and put that trim, and then you can journal on the back. And then this is another thing from Kathy Leatherman, a chicken like that ram I showed you. These are some vintage real tickets I got from Amour Fabriques. This is a little squirrel. Isn't it cute? That's from the kit, I think. And I know that's from the kit. You can journal on the back. So it's just a little floating pocket that you could use for a bookmark, or just to keep in here. Where did it go? Oh, there. I had those teeny tiny. This is from the kit. Isn't that gorgeous? It's too pretty to put anything on, so I just did the floating pocket there with the little tiny Tim Holtz paper clip and sewed a little ruffle there. Kit pages. No bird poop on that page. It's from the kit. Kids playing, mom's watching all the kids, and daddy's over there with the cows, and lined paper for you to write on underneath. This is a magazine page. This is an image from the kit with a horse, little rabbits, and I just glued it on top there because I wanted to cover that up. And this is from the kit, and I made it into a journaling card, and tucking it in here with a little paper clip. So some of them are removable. The other side of that magazine page, I left her because she looks kind of vintagey and farmy. This is from Kathy Leatherman, like that cow thing. It was like cardboard and cute, the pig. So I glued it down on the coffee stained paper for sewed. This is from the kit, the bull with the doily. Isn't that cool? Who would think to put a bull with a doily? Sherry did, and it works. It is so pretty. I love that page. This I got from Gina B. This beautiful flower she made. She's so talented. And I just put a little piece of fabric, just not even. I wanted, again, it to be very rustic looking. Did some stenciling here. This is an envelope from the kit. The man with a shovel, he just pops up everywhere. And there's the pig, and then here's a little pig paper clip to hold it closed. And all I did here was put in some papers that you can write. I grunged them up a bit on every page. There's several of those for writing. And here. So that's that. The little pig holds the envelope closed. And that's just from a paper pack there. Paper pack. This I got in Happy Mail. It's a cute pocket. This is from the kit, the Farm Fresh Eggs. I cut it out and put it there. This chicken tag is from the kit. Cute. This is from the kit. It's like a butter and eggs and little market receipt. And I think this is from Lindsay Zenora's kit, but I thought it was pretty. I got some things mixed up and I forgot which was which. This is vellum paper, like on the other side. I stowed, but I didn't cover it completely, so I just did a little fabric flip. So that's all that is. And I think you could really write on that if you wanted. And we're getting to the end. Are you asleep? So I did the ruffle here from my granddaughter's little top. And this sheep is from the kit. And I made this envelope out of paper and sewed it with my envelope punch, and just didn't glue it so that you could journaling place on there. And then whoever wants to could glue it shut if they wanted for secrets. This is a free image from TLC, I think, or either Free Images domain or something like that. But I cut it down and made it into a journaling card that looks, wash tubs are farmish. And then this is the last page that I used. It's like the tag that I had, and I didn't want to cover that up and put lace here. And then there's the back. So I'm done. See, if you lay it down, see what I'm talking about? It's like a bear trap. It just falls open. It was fun. The kit was gorgeous, which is why I had so much trouble making it smaller. So I am going to redo it and put it in a bigger book with a larger spine. And I'm still going to have this for the cover and this for the back because I love those, possibly. So I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching, and have a blessed evening. And be sure to check out Studio 28E, Sherry Schmear's link below for her digital kits. and I'm sure you would have a ball with this one because I used most of it, but there's still a few things I didn't use. But as you can see, it filled up the journal and it was a lot of fun. Thanks, Sherry, for allowing me to be on the design team and to do this kit, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye-bye.